was sentenced earlier today to 18 months in prison following his conviction last October for violating the constitutional rights of detainees. The unseasonably cold temperatures we've been experiencing this week are expected to stick around for one more day. There's another freeze warning tonight for most of the state. An Atlanta woman says someone shot her cat in the leg, causing severe pain and damage. Annette Nevels, a senior citizen, tells Atlanta News First.
The following is a presentation of WGAA Sports.
It's a no-hitter, and the Dogs win the region.
There's a ball hit deep to left field. Back to the wall. It is gone. Listen to this crowd.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA. Broadcasting online at WGAAradio.com and streaming on the TuneIn Radio app and Facebook Live. And now, let's head down to the field for today's action.
Welcome into Cedartown High School Baseball here on the Big AA, 1340 and 106.1 FM, Facebook Live, YouTube, and the NFHS Network. Along with Jamie Newsom, I'm Andrew Carter, and we are here for the region opener, Cedartown versus Central, a team, Jamie, we have played many times over many years.
Many times over many years. Sometimes Cedartown's got the powerhouse. Sometimes Central has the powerhouse. We've had a lot of hard-fought series against this team over the last many decades. We'll find out here in just a few minutes what it's going to look like for this 2023 season.
I feel pretty good with the guy we have on the mound right now for the Bulldogs. That, of course, being Britt Baxter, who gets the start for the Bulldogs today. Defense goes like this. We'll go around the horn in the infield. Well, first behind the plate is Eli Barrow, the senior. Also Xavier Holiday playing third base. Dylan Cupp at short. Denver Nell playing second, and Cole Dingler at first. Chance White's in left field today. Reese Tanner in center, and Tony Ware is in right field. And Jamie will give you the Central batting lineup.
Central lineup, leading off wearing number 2, Brandon Music is the shortstop, followed by number 5, Walter Altman pitching. Number 30, Davis Smith behind the plate. Number 12, Brennan Ray is the designated hitter. He'll be hitting for number 32, Matt Turner, who's in right field. Followed by the 5th hole slot, number 17, Corbin Dietrich, who's playing first base. Max Williamson is second. 7-hole hitter, Hayden Manson. The 8, Joe Berry. And bringing up the 9-hole slot, the Kerry Swain. About to get underway. First pitch looks like it's going to be at about 5:33 or 34. The pitcher and Mr. Barrow just finishing up there. Attaboy fanny slap. And umpire's about to start them off. Here's Andrew with the play-by-play.
Thank you, Jamie. We're ready to go here. Senior pitcher Britt Baxter is ready to go. Looks in to Eli. Now for the ball game. The pitch on the way is a breaking ball and a called strike one.
Like that breaking ball, dropped it in, kind of started it off at his ear hole, threw it across the plate.
No balls, one strike. Here comes the pitch. Sharply toward third and fouls. Nothing in 2.
You note something, Andrew. Of course, our fans on the radio can't hear it, can't see it. But number 2 there, he's got kind of a Ty Cobb grip on the bat, top hand about 3 inches off of the bottom hand.
0-2 pitch from Britt. Ball one upstairs.
When's the last time you saw that, Andrew?
You don't see it much. You're really starting to see some of the old school coming back. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung and foul tipped. He'll stay alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another big breaking ball there from Baxter. We know that's his bread and butter, that breaking ball, that big curve that he throws. And that was a strikeout pitch.
It was, in fact.
The wind, the 1-2 pitch, here it is. Another breaking ball, that time outside, 2-2 the count. Dogs wearing their cream white uniforms. Dogs and script on the front in red new numbers, red hats, black bills, 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. Out number 1, threw him the fastball.
Beautiful pitch, beautiful pitch. Way to start the game. I love to see the Dogs starting off the game with retiring the first batter, especially a dominating pitching performance by Baxter. It just sets the tone. Now this batter, Mr. Altman, has got to wonder, can I hang?
First pitch to him is a breaking ball inside, ball one. The Central Lions wearing what you would call probably maroon with white pinstripes. Same for the pants and jersey. There's a chopper hit toward shortstop, deep short, picked up by Cup, throws to first, 2 gone.
Number 5 there, Altman hit a chopper out to shortstop. Dylan ranged over in the hole and threw it, Andrew, about 93 miles an hour across the infield. Beautiful play.
Well, he can do it. There's no problem about that.
Makes it look easy.
So 2 quick outs for the Dogs. Here's Davis Smith, the catcher. And he'll take an inside corner call for a strike, 0-1. Two quick outs here in the top of the first. The pitch on the way. Fly ball to right center field. Reese Tanner on his horse. He's there, and he's got it. And 3 quick outs here in the top of the first inning. We head now to the bottom half. Central Carroll nothing, and Cedartown coming up. Bulldogs baseball on the Cedartown Bulldog Sports Network.
Shop local and save big at Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown. High-quality hand-cut meats and produce and low-priced national brand-name dry groceries and lots more. And while you're there, stop and get something fresh and delicious from the deli. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10%, 430 South College Street in Cedartown across from the post office. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown.
One of the pillars of a strong community is knowing your neighbors. We believe it's important to know your neighbor. To know that the person down the street selling you your car is the person you'll see grilling with you at the block party. It's important to be a part of a community, and Peach State Ford is proud to be a part of historic Cedartown, Rockmart, and Rome, and even prouder to be rated one of the best in the country in customer service. Nobody knows trucks or people like Peach State Ford.
2076 Rockmart Highway, Cedartown, 866-872-6660.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back as we head now to the bottom half of the first inning. Britt Baxter making quick work of the Central Lions, and you like to see that.
You do it, and now what the Cedartown Bulldogs, Cup, Ware, and Barrow need to do is strike early. You know, you start off, you're the Central Lions, you start off going 3 up, 3 down, not putting a ball hard into play, and then the Bulldogs come on and even if you're unable to score, if we put up a couple of hits, get a couple of base runners, make a long inning, sets the tone.
Starting lineup for the Bulldogs will start, of course, with Dylan Cupp, as you heard, Tony Ware and Eli Barrow. Reese Tanner is the center fielder. He'll bat in the cleanup role today. And then also for Cedartown, you got X Holiday batting 5th, batting 6th is Cole Dingler, Denver Nell 7-hole, Britt Baxter, the pitcher, batting 8th, and Chance White, who is a good batter in his own right, a pretty good batter in the 9-hole. So the Dogs have ability to score some runs just about in every spot in that lineup. And the starting pitcher for the Central Lions, Walter Altman, who is completing his warm-up tosses, just has at least. And I think, if I remember correctly, on our Facebook post today, we had a former Cedartown alumni who also spent some time at Rockmart. Their grandson plays on this team, on Central's team, and this might be him. So I'll double check that, and I'll make sure we get it mentioned here. Dylan Cupp to lead it off against the lefty, and there's a call, strike 1.
At the knees on the inside corner, Dylan says, "Not my style." Why chase after that on a fresh count?
0-1. Call, strike 2 again. Folks, if you if you want to come out here not only to see a good ball game and get some good food, I would highly recommend it. Altman with an 0-2 pitch to Cupp. Here it is. Swing and a miss, strike three, and Cup is down on 3 straight. That doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, unusual for Dylan to go down on 3 swinging.
Now batting for your Bulldogs, number 13, Tony Ware.
Brings up Tony Ware with the bases empty, 1 out, bottom half of the first inning. No score from the dog pound.
Richard Altman, by the way, is the guy we're talking about here. So it is Altman who's the starting pitcher today, and that's upstairs to Tony Ware. Ball 1 ball and no strikes. He said he's a big fan of our broadcast, and he says go Lions and go Dogs. That's a high pitch there to Ware from Altman. 2 balls, no strikes.
Started off curveball, lost his release point on that one a little bit, but Altman looking good through the first batter and a half.
I'm thinking that might even be his Cup's first strikeout. I don't know if he struck out any this. Maybe he did early on in the season, but he doesn't strike out very often, and definitely doesn't strike out on 3 straight pitches. So Altman with a pretty good start, but now is behind in the count to Tony Ware, 2-0. A windy, chilly day. It's going to get colder as the sun goes down. 2-0 pitch is a called strike 1 right down Main Street. Freeze warning tonight. It won't drop below freezing at the game, but it's going to feel like it when the sun goes down. 2-1. Inside, 3-1. Although, because of the time change, the sun may not go down on this game.
Well, it may not. It actually may not.
3-1 pitch. I think it might have hit him. I think it did.
Yeah, that got his shirt.
Would have been ball 4 anyway, but the runner will be at first base. Tony Ware is a quick runner, and now you got Eli Barrow, who will come to the plate. Barrow has been swinging a great bat of late.
He certainly has. Got a lot of power and a consistent hitter. You know, Eli's not one of those power hitters that's either going to hit a dinger or strike out. He's a good hitter for average. Hits a lot of doubles. And got a runner aboard with 1 out.
Stretch in the pitch is inside, 1 ball and no strikes. I was talking about the good food here. There's some homemade vegetable soup down below us with cornbread. Of course, I crumbled up my cornbread into my soup, and vegetable soup's pretty good for a day like today. 1-0 pitch, swing, and he tried to check it, and he went through it. Strike 1.
Wind is whipping at Cedartown High School. Sometimes blowing dead end, sometimes blowing from right to left thus far. But if you get one up in there today, it might carry if it's blowing right to left.
Breaking ball misses high and away, 2-1 the count.
Just the opposite wind of the homer that Eli hit in our last home game.
Eli asks for time, and he gets it. By the way, Central wearing white hats with that maroon color bill. Tony Ware gets his lead at first, and they will throw over there, and it's just more of an I know you're over there throw.
One of those keep you honest tosses.
Yes. 2 balls, 1 strike. It's a high fly ball to the left side. Very shallow. Could be trouble, and it's going to drop. Is that fair or foul? There's a fair ball. That's a fair ball. Runners will be at first and second. That ball landed in foul territory, but it was touched in fair territory. And that's a bloop single, one of those dying ducks over there.
Well, that ball was sky high up. Left fielder with Eli batting. Left fielder had him play deep. There was no chance the left fielder's going to shag that ball down. So the shortstop trying to go behind third. He got to it, but I imagine from the angle that he had, he was seriously fighting the sun.
Oh, yeah.
At the time. One might say you could potentially call that an error because he got a glove on it. I would have a hard time ruling that an error.
It was a tough play for whoever was going to get to it.
So the Dogs now with 1 out in the bottom half of the first inning have 2 runners aboard. Ware stands at second base, having reached on a hit batsman. And then Eli Barrow with however the official scorer would score it, either a E6 or a single to left. I'm going to call it a
The
single
score
to
had,
left.
the official score ruled that a hit.
Okay, good.
So here comes Reese Tanner, batting left, of course, as he always does. And that's low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Ball popped away. Runner will head to third base. Tony Ware is there. And both runners move up. Second and third, by the way, Jack Roper is running for Eli Barrow, and both move up on the pitch that was dropped. 1 ball and no strikes. I think the catcher might have been crossed up on that one a little bit.
I think he was. This ball bounced away from him, not very far, but enough to advance the runners. So now 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out for Reese Tanner.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Low and away, ball 2. Central 5-8 on the season. Cedartown 6-3. Cedartown has had trouble getting ball games played because of weather. The Pepperell game was canceled. The South Paulding game canceled. And, of course, most recently the Bremen game was canceled. So it's been a week since we played. That's high and away, ball 3. Their cross-town rival, Carrollton, was our last ball game, and that was a week ago today.
Which the Bulldogs won in a decisive manner.
Yeah, Holiday with his first start on the mound looked absolutely zeroed in. 3-0, here's the pitch. That's ball 4. The bases are going to be full with 1 out. Reese Tanner takes 4 straight out of the strike zone, and now Xavier Holiday will bat.
Now batting for your Bulldogs, number 4, Xavier Holiday.
Coach is going to come out, call his infield in, have a little conference with his pitcher. The Cedartown Bulldogs have yet to push one across, Cedartown fans, but as Andrew and I talked about just moments ago, that putting the pressure on these Lions early is going to be key to this game, and that's exactly what Cedartown's done. Bases full of Bulldogs with only 1 out in the bottom half of the first inning. Still no score, but Cedartown set to have a big first.
Yeah, the only out was that opening strikeout of Dylan Cupp, which, again, as we mentioned before, rare in itself, but then a walk, a bloop single, and another walk had the bases full. And Holiday digs in. Bats left on left here. The kick, the pitch. Bounced up there, and a good stop by Smith, ball 1. Runners with their leads. Pitch on the way. Ball 2, high and away. Tony Ware, the runner at third. Jack Roper running for Barrow at second, and Reese Tanner at first. All 3 are fast runners. 2-0. Ball 3, that missed upstairs. And he's got to throw a strike now. It's a 1-0 lead for Cedartown. And Cedartown's dugout is letting them have it right now. 3-0, here it is. Strike down the middle, 3-1. X probably has the green light if it's close. The pitch. He does, and he fouls it back for a full count, 3-2. Cole Dingler, by the way, retrieves the foul ball. He's the batter on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The bases are full of dogs. And the payoff pitch, here it is. Fouled away on the breaking ball. Wind really blowing straight in from center field.
Yeah, right now I'm a little bit glad that you and I are in the press box.
There's no doubt.
As opposed to at a table down there behind the net.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called outside corner. 2 gone in the inning. That's a close pitch. Maybe a bit too close to take, but X will turn and head toward the dugout, and it's going to be up to Cole Dingler if the Dogs score in the first.
Definitely too close to take with a full count. You know, if you get rung up like that and, you know, the ump made a bad call, then, well, okay, go back to the dugout. But that was right down the middle.
Cole Dingler takes a strike called. About letter high. 0-1 now the count to Cole Dingler, the Cedartown first baseman. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball too low, 1-1.
And, of course, you know, that momentum can go both ways. Cedartown does not want to leave the bases loaded.
1-1 pitch. Line foul to the opposite side, and it's 1-2 now. Dogs down to their final strike here in the first. Cedartown's defense and pitching had a very quick inning in the top of the first. This has not been a quick inning. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Dogs leave him loaded here in the first. Threw him the big breaking ball, and he swung right through it. We head now to the second inning. No score from the Dog Pound. Back after this word on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Live Wire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Live Wire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Live Wire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and priced to sell. Live Wire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings. Coverage of Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball on the Big AA is brought to you in part by Republican State Representative Trey Kelly of Cedartown.
This is Representative Trey Kelly. I want to wish all the players and coaches a safe and successful season. You've worked hard to represent us on the field, and I'm proud to represent you in the Georgia House of Representatives. Again, this is Representative Trey Kelly, and I want to thank you for listening to the Big AA. Go Dogs!
This announcement paid for by State Representative Trey Kelly, kellyforhouse.com.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big Delay.
Welcome back to Cedartown Bulldogs baseball, Cedartown fans. You're listening to Jamie Newsom and Andrew Carter bring you high school baseball region play here at the Dog Pound. The Cedartown Bulldogs versus the Central Carroll Lions. No score with one in the books. The Lions went down 1-2-3 quick and easy in the top of the first. Cedartown then left the bases loaded in the bottom half of the first. So a disappointing result. We made some things happen, but the scoreboard does not reflect it. Top half of the second inning about to be underway, and here's Andrew with the call.
Thank you very much, Jamie. Brett Baxter, the pitch on the way is a breaking ball, fouled back. Might have been ball one. Instead, it's 0-1 now. No balls, one strike. Baxter, as you might recall, his last outing was in that extra inning loss to Rockmart. Here's the 0-1. Fastball fouled back, strike 2.
Cedartown needs another quick inning and get back on offense.
The batter, by the way, is Brennan Ray, the designated hitter, hitting for the right fielder, Matt Tanner. It's the 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Threw the fastball down the middle and froze him. One gone here in the top of the second.
Now batting for the Lions, number 17, Corbin Dietrich.
Jamie, that is the second strikeout thrown so far by Brett, but I'm sure there'll be much more than that to come.
I've got a funny feeling that he's going to probably strike out at least 8.
Here's Dietrich, and he takes upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. That's Corbin Dietrich, the first baseman. 1-0 the count. One-oh pitch. Hit on the ground to shortstop. Dylan Cupp on about 3 hops. He'll have plenty of time to throw, and it's going to be dropped. A little bit of a low throw there. Runner will be at first base. We'll see how they score it. How would you score that, Jamie?
E6.
A rare E6.
Yeah, obviously the first baseman's job is to save the shortstop errors. You know, how many Gold Glove shortstops had a lot of contribution from a picking first baseman. So you want the first baseman to pick that, but the ball did short hop him. I'd have to go E6.
Max Williamson, the batter, with Dietrich on first. Stretch and the pitch. Foul back, 0-1. I'll tell you, two Atlanta Braves who are no longer Atlanta Braves now were just so good at that. That was Dansby Swanson and Freddie Freeman. And they really combined for some big plays like that in the World Series a couple years ago. Here's the pitch. Foul back, strike 2.
No score in the top half of the second inning here from Cedartown, but with one out, the Lions have one runner aboard.
Stretch by Britt, the pitch. It's fly ball to center field, shallow center field. Could be a tough play. Then Wynn playing tricks with it. Dylan Cup makes a great catch right in front of Reese for the first out, or for the second out, beg your pardon. Great play.
Yeah, that was going to be very tough for Reese. It was very tough for Dylan to get to. That ball just hit out there, dying duck in no man's land. But they communicated it to last minute. I like that neither one of them got off their horse until they were convinced the other guy had called him off, so that it doesn't fall right between them looking at each other.
Snap throw to first is not in time. For a right-handed pitcher, Brett Baxter has a very good pickoff move. This is the left fielder, Hayden Manson. Dietrich still at first with 2 outs. The pitch. Called strike. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Runner on first, the pitch on the way. Fouled away, and it's 0-2. Cedartown and Central will hook up for games 2 and 3, scheduled for Friday, but Friday looks to be a wet day. And
it does, in fact.
And unfortunately, efforts to reschedule the game around those days have not been successful. So who knows when these two will hook up again. It might be later on in the season. Who knows? Here's the 0-2 pitch. A breaking ball hits him on the dome. Not a hard pitch, so it certainly didn't hurt, but it definitely made some noise if you're the batter.
Yeah, and you hear some chirping from some of the Cedartown folks that he didn't make sufficient enough effort to avoid being hit by that ball, but he made cursory effort to get out of the way, and I know that rule is somewhat interpreted.
And there's certain places you don't want to get hit around the head. And getting hit on the helmet with a pitch like that is a lot better than getting hit in the face with one.
There's no doubt about it.
Or on the jaw or something like that.
And when I turn my face away from it, it's a breaking ball. I turned my face away from it. Okay, maybe it looked like I didn't make sufficient enough effort, but what's the young man trying to do? Keep from wearing it in the mouth. So, nonetheless, he is at first base with the second hit batsman of the game, 1 for each side.
Dietrich at second, Manson at first, and this is Joe Berry, the third baseman. Pitch on the way. Like a pretty good pitch, but it was called ball 1. Left-handed bat against the right-handed throwing Brett Baxter. 2 outs, 2 on. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Had him definitely off stride on that one.
Have an assignment for you, Andrew, in between innings.
1-1 pitch. Here it is. Threw him the breaking ball and missed away. 2-1. It's not a hard assignment, is it?
No, it was to go down there and find out who's doing the bump, bump, bump and take their drum.
2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. If I recall, years ago when you and I were doing a game, somebody was doing that in the dugout, and the umpire actually told them to stop.
I don't know. We don't have that ruling, but the bump, bump, bump is old already.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. A bit high to fill the count, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. At the top of the second. Payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. He got him. Jamie Newsom, what a pitch.
I'm telling you. So, an inning and a half in the books. 0-0. Cedartown against the Central Carroll Lions. 5 left aboard. Cedartown left the bases loaded in the bottom of the first, and now Carrollton leaves 2 aboard. So both teams able to get people in scoring position, but not able to get them across. We'll take a short break, and then we will be back for the bottom half of the second inning.
60-second break.
Ed's Cleaners in downtown Cedartown offers many different services. They dry clean, press your already washed garments, and fold and wash your clothes. They also launder and press your clothes with or without starch. They have an alterations expert on staff, and they can tailor your garments to you or simply replace buttons. They specialize in leather garment cleaning and preserving wedding gowns. Ed's offers next-day service where most in the industry do not anymore. As you know, Ed's loves their customers and strives to give them the best experience possible when they visit us. That's Ed's Cleaners in historic downtown Cedartown. Stop in today.
Hey, it's the Border Mexican Restaurant located at 718 North Main Street right here in Cedartown. Their phone number 678-246-1031. They serve a wide variety of your favorite Mexican food made fresh daily. Great food, great fun. It's great for the whole family. Come see us at the Border Restaurant right here on Main Street in Cedartown. Or you can call for takeout at 678-246-1031. The Border Mexican Restaurant is the best Mexican food north of the border. That's the Border Restaurant right here in Cedartown.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big Delay.
Welcome back to Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball, Cedartown fans. Remember, every time the Bulldogs play, you'll hear them right here on the Big AA. No score from the Dog Pound. Bottom half of the second inning about to get underway. Looks to me like Cole Dingler, or is that Denver Nail, rather, is up to bat. Cole batted last inning. My apologies. But we'll get the bottom half of the second inning underway and see if the Cedartown Bulldogs can push a run across.
And he takes low and away, ball 1. Denver Nell, 7, 8, 9 in the batting lineup. Brett Baxter and then Chance White will be the batters. Here comes the 1-0. Hit on the ground toward third. He'll pick that up on a hop. Throws to first. In time, 1 gone. Pretty good play there. It was kind of a tough hop there, but kind of took it on his side, but it was able to turn around and throw that one to first.
Yeah, don't have to be pretty. It just has to get the job done.
Yes. He did it.
Now batting for
Third baseman.
Bulldogs, number 5, Britt Baxter.
Third baseman for them is Joe Barry. Threw over to first base in time to Corbin Dietrich. And Britt Baxter will try to help himself here with 1 out, nobody on base. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Britt Baxter, the pitcher of record, already struck out 3.
0-1 pitch. It's popped up to the right side. Probably going to drift out of play, and it will. And it's 0-2. First baseman tries to navigate around the dugout fence that kind of juts out into the open over there. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch on the way is high and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The wind, the 1-2. Little tapper toward shortstop. He'll pick it up in the grass and throw over to first, and it bounces away, and he's going to turn and head toward second base, and he'll have plenty of time to get there. Slides into second safely with what would probably, would you call that an E6 as well, or would you call that a base hit?
I'm going to have to call that an E6. Shortstop fielded that in plenty of time. And it was just an errant throw. That was one, if you can get the short hop where the first baseman can pick it, that's reasonably a high probability play that the first baseman should be expected to make. That ball bounced 6-7 feet out in front of him. He was going to have to field that on the mid hop.
You think the third baseman has a better chance to make that play?
A better angle, yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
Based on the slow roller, yeah.
Ace Allen out there to run for Britt. So here's Chance White. Number 1, the 9-hole hitter for the Dogs. Still no score here as we're in the bottom half of the second. Cedartown left them loaded in the bottom of the first. Wind still blowing straight in from center field. It's going to make it tough for fly balls today. Big cut and a miss there by Chance, 0-1.
He's hitting toward the right side. Now watch him on the right side.
Ace gets his lead from second. And the pitch. Hit on the ground foul toward the right side. Took a breaking ball and fouled it off. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Dylan Cupp, the batter on deck. Altman delivers. And it's high and away, ball 1. Threw one out of the zone there.
Way out of the zone.
One and two. Here's the pitch. A little bit low there, 2-2.
Cedartown with 1 runner aboard in the bottom half of the second inning with 1 out, no score. That runner having reached on an error.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Threw him a breaking ball, and he swung through it for strike 3, and there's 2 gone in the inning. It's up to Dylan Cupp if the Dogs are going to score or keep on going in this inning. But you like your chances with Cupp at the plate.
Yeah, Cedartown's going to have to put the ball in play if they want much success. We are an inning and 2/3, and Cedartown has already been retired with 4 strikeouts and left 3 aboard.
Cupp takes low, ball 1, victim of a strikeout his last time on 3 pitches. 1-0 the count to the Bulldog shortstop. Altman delivers. Hit on the ground, base hit left field. That's the Dogs' first hit. He'll make the turn. He's going to head to the plate. The throw comes into the cutoff man. No chance. Dogs lead 1-0. RBI single for Dylan Cupp, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Dogs.
That's what you got to have. That as I said, Cedartown had left 3 aboard. Retired 4 by way of strikeout. Now they got a runner on scoring position. You've got to convert. You can't leave those guys out there. Great job, Bulldogs. Great job, Cub.
Ace Allen doing some good base running as well. Gets around there, uses his speed to his advantage. Here's Tony Ware. And they throw down to first and almost picked off Dylan Cupp. Very close play. In fact, a lot of the Central fans thought he was picked off.
About half the team was jogging off the field.
Tony Ware walked his last time. 1 of 2 walks in the first inning. Here's the pitch. That's low, 1 ball, no strikes. Big lead over at first, the pitch. High and away, 2-0 the count. Reese has no fear when it comes to that lead. He's got a huge lead over there at first. He's almost out of the cutout there around first base. Breaking ball called strike 1, 2-1 the count. But when you got the speed Dylan Cupp has and the pedigree, you can afford to do that.
You can. Look over there behind you, Andrew. It's one of my old teammates snuck in the back door.
Strike 2 called on a breaking ball. Tony Ware didn't think much of the call. Shaking his head.
Randy Womack, the Magnificent.
Coming up here to escape the cold, I'm sure. 2-2 pitch and is fouled off his foot.
Fouled off his instep.
That's going to be sore on a cold day.
We talked about, that's exactly what I was going to say. We talked about that at the Carrollton game. One of the players fouled one off his instep, and I said, well, that hurts. But that does not hurt as bad as it does on a crisp, cold day. So that's what Tony Ware's experiencing right now. Good sportsmanship by the central catcher to think this was an opportune time to go talk to his pitcher. Those are courtesy things.
I agree. They're giving him time to kind of walk it off there. This little meeting taking a little bit. Looks like he's okay. He's just going to be sore tomorrow morning. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. And really, you look at that, too, just a good job, too, of Tony just to fight that one off and stay alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And now time called by Tony Ware. 2-2 pitch, runner goes. Outside, no chance, no throw. He's got a swipe to full count, 3-2. Dylan Cupp with a stolen base.
Yeah, and a good play by the catcher. The catcher, ball was kind of low, had to get out of position to field it, just put it in your back pocket.
3-2 pitch to Ware. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it for the Dogs here in the first. But Dylan Cupp with an RBI single knocks in the base runner the Dogs had on base. That was Ace Allen, who was running for Britt Baxter, who got aboard. And we head now to the third. Dogs on top, 1-0.
Bradford's Drugstore on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drugstore, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs. Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for nearly a century. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call for tee time 770-748-9671, located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buchanan Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, Cedar Valley Golf Course.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back to Cedartown High School Baseball, Cedartown fans. Cedartown leads by a score of 1-0. Cedartown got a base runner aboard by way of error and then capitalized on that error. Dylan Cupp made them pay for it with a single. So Cedartown ahead by a score of 1-0. Here in the top half of the third inning, about to get underway. Here's Andrew with the play-by-play.
Here's Vicari Swain, who will lead things off. He's the center fielder. Then Brandon Musick and Walter Altman will do up 9-1-2 in the Lion lineup. The wind, the pitch on the way from Baxter is outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, your count.
Crystal clear day, not a cloud in the sky, but chilly.
Outfield playing him straight away. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Swung out of his shoes that time.
He did. Pulled off of that a little bit. May have been fooled by it, but pulled out nonetheless.
The wind, the 1-1 pitch. Hit on the ground, 3 hops to short. Cupp fields, throws, and he kept the foot on the bag that time, 1 gone.
Dylan put a little extra mustard on that one after having the throwing error in the last inning that allowed him to get that base runner. Didn't cost us anything, but I'm sure Dylan wasn't real happy with himself, and so slung that one across the infield to make it extra sure.
Back to the top of the order. Brandon Musick, the shortstop, will bat. Baxter winds and delivers. A breaking ball and a called strike, upper part of the zone. 0-1 the count.
Pretty curveball, laid it in there, froze him.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit on the ground toward third. That is a fair ball. Throw over to first. High throw. Safe. I'm kind of shocked that wasn't foul. And really a great job by Cole Dingler to keep that ball from going into the dugout over there. He jumped up in the air, and I think he might have even collided with the base runner a bit.
I think he did, not seriously. Nobody's hurt, nobody's walking it off, but an easy opportunity for the collision to have caused him to miss the ball. So a great backhanded play over there at third base, but the high throw was saved from – well, he'd have wound up on second at maybe third if that ball gets away from him.
That's definitely an infield hit. It was so far over there. Throw down to first. Oh, just got back in time. A great pickoff throw there by Britt Baxter. Almost got him sleeping.
That was close. Very close. I think our runner over there on first base for Central may rethink the length of that lead.
First pitch. Popped a mile in the air toward third base. Holiday is there, and he makes the catch right inside fair territory for out number 2.
We'll take it.
So Altman pops out, and here's Davis Smith.
Now batting for the Lions, number 30, Davis Smith.
Davis Smith, the catcher. By the way, Altman now 0 for 2 after that pop out. Two outs and runner on. Throw down to first again, another close play. And he's back safe. Runner goes, pitch is low, and he'll have no chance.
That was a early break. The result is the same. But had Britt bit on that, it would have been a balk. With only that runner on first, the result would have been the same, though.
1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. Try to check his swing. I don't think he went around. They will not appeal. 2 balls and no strikes. The stretch, the pitch. Nasty curveball called strike 1.
Britt is really locating that curveball today. Early in the game, but he's looking dialed in.
2-1. Chop to third. Holiday has it on 1 hop. Throws to first in time, and the inning is over. 1 left to board for the Central Lions. In the top of the third, we head to the bottom half. Cedartown 1 and Central nothing.
Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back to Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball, Cedartown fans. Bottom half of the third inning is about to get underway from the Dog Pound. Cedartown playing the Central Carroll Lions and leading by a score of 1-0. Eli Barrow, Reese Tanner, and Holiday due up in the bottom half of the third inning. Cedartown has left 3 aboard, and so have the Lions. So several opportunities to get this lead stretched out between these two teams. But Cedartown, Andrew, is going to change that tune here in just a minute.
By the way, I misspoke earlier when Dylan Cupp got that base hit. The first base hit was actually Eli Barrow, who had that little tapper base hit, that little infield hit.
He did.
So the Dogs have two hits, I do believe. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error. Central with 2 errors and 1 hit.
Yeah, I show Eli getting a hit and then Dylan having the RBI single.
So Barrow will will face Walker Altman. By the way, I didn't get to come, but I heard the alumni game Saturday was a huge hit. A lot of fun was had by all. The wind, the pitch on the way. Swung and missed. It bounced up there.
Well, a couple of the young men that were in that game were at my house later on that night, already complaining about how sore they were. I reminded them they were 24, and I didn't want to hear it.
Here's the 0-1. Outside, ball one. Who was the oldest to play in that game?
The oldest to play was, I would think, Mr. Tuck. Mr. Tuck was playing, and I'm not going to say how old Mr. Tuck is, but he's older than I.
Swing and a miss, 1-2.
But what those guys, those 20-somethings that were playing in it, were bragging on him at how good he played. And then I used that as a little learning curve, saying, yeah, well, if you keep yourself in shape.
That's right. The wind, the 1-2. Down low, 2-2.
And then I saw Corey Lindsay at church on Sunday. Corey played in it. He was class of
2-2 is tapped towards shortstop on 1 or 2 hops. And that throw to first base will be in time. 1 gone here in the inning.
I think Corey would have been class of 2014, 2015.
Okay.
And Corey is still in outstanding physical condition. But what he was saying is, I'm very, very active, but I don't do that every day. And the swinging the bat, the throwing. But from what I heard, it was a fantastic time.
Here's Reese Tanner. The pitch to it. Down low, 1 ball and no strikes. I even saw some of the guys bring out their old uniforms, too.
Could they fit in the
1-0 pitch. Call strike 1. Some of them could. I think Dylan Little's still fitting his.
Okay, I'll buy that.
Here's the 1-1. Call strike 2, breaking ball. I think Trey Kelly wore his as well, and then of course Dole Kelly was the coach of one of the teams, and Coach Jolly was the coach of the other one. 1-2 pitch, bounced up there. 2-2.
Yeah, and I think that had a lot to do with how much fun some of the old players had. Said that.
Now I also heard that Carson was just having a ball up here with the PA
Carson
announcer.
did a great job at that too.
Yes.
Heard that Dole tried to make several of them run foul poles.
Just like old times, right? 2-2 pitch. Swung and missed. It's going to get away, and Reese is going to reach, I think, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Strikeout, and the drop pitch, or probably a wild pitch, we'll call it, and he's going to be at first base on the strikeout. So the Dogs have a base runner. That'll bring up Xavier Holiday.
Now batting for your Bulldogs, number 4, X Holiday.
So the run that the Bulldogs have now, they got in the second by making Central pay for a mistake. Let's see if the Bulldogs can do it again with a runner aboard that should have been a strikeout.
1 ball, no strikes. That one missed outside. Xavier Holiday. X is 0 for 1. (1-0) the count. They'll throw down to first base. Back safely is Tanner. Holiday victim of a strikeout his last time, and he swings and misses at that one. 1-1. Another throw to first base. Reese slides back in safe.
Left-handed pitcher working in relief now for Central, and that makes that runner at first have to be a little more cautious.
Tapped foul, right side. 1-2 the count.
A lefty with a quick snap throw will keep you on your toes.
Altman, he's pitched pretty well, only giving up a couple of hits, 1 run. It was an unearned run. Only 1 walk and 6 strikeouts so far for him. Pitch on the way. Make that 7 strikeouts, swing and a miss. And X is out number 2. Second time today he struck out.
Now batting for your Bulldogs, number 8, Cole Dingler.
Cole Dingler, the batter, he struck out his last time, which ended the first. Pitch on the way. Way high and a good stop there by Smith. 1 ball, no strikes. Wind continues to howl in from center field. 1-0 pitch to Cole. A bit outside, ball 2, maybe tad high as well.
This is what Cedartown has to do to this young man, is make him throw a strike first.
Another throw down to first. Reese slides back in there.
Patience and discipline at the plate, goes both ways, but you can't go up there chunking at a curveball with a fresh count.
2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss on a curveball, 2-1. Reese has a big lead over there at first base, and they'll throw back over there to get him back.
Keep throwing over there. Sooner or later, they'll throw one into the dugout.
2-1 pitch. Called strike 2. Breaking ball over the outside corner. That was not a strike. I just saw the replay on my screen here. 2-2. That was closer, but not called. 3 balls and 2 strikes, maybe makeup call. I say that like that's actually how it goes, but that's not how it actually goes most of the time. Reese will have a head start on the 3-2 pitch here. And here it is. Runner goes outside, ball 4. So good recovery there by Cole Dingler. Draws the 2-out walk, and Dogs have runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 3rd.
Now batting for your Bulldogs, number 11,
Denver Nail, the Cedartown second
Nail.
baseman, steps up with 2 runners aboard and 2 outs. In the bottom half of the 3rd inning, Dogs lead 1-0.
Denver is 0 for 1. He grounded out to 3rd his last time. 1 ball, no strikes. That one missed away. Beautiful day, but a cold day for baseball. 1-0 pitch. Curveball high, 2-0. These are the kind of days that just make me so thankful that Greg Robertson built this press box in 2007 or 8 or whenever it was. 2-0 is a fastball that's fouled back, 2-1.
Well,
and that everybody's kept it up all these years.
Everybody's kept it up all these years. And you and I travel and have traveled far and wide calling baseball, and Cedartown does have one of the nicest press boxes.
2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Throw to 3rd. Not in time. Double steal. 2 balls and 2 strikes. They're at 2nd and 3rd now, and a base hit could score 2 if Denver can get around on one. But that fastball he swung right through. 2-2. I would say 95% of the places we go either don't have a press box or it's too small and we can't get in it.
Yep.
2-2 pitch. Called strike 3 and the inning is over. Threw him a curveball. I'll tell you what. The inning comes to a close. We head to the 4th inning. Cedartown leads it by a score of 1-0. It was another outside call that got the call. Back after 60 seconds here on the Big Double A.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, 2 Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking for that dream home, Rick Baxter of Hometown Realty can help you find the home you've been looking for. The Hometown Realty team has a reputation for matching people with properties, knowledge of the market, and love of the areas where they work and live. Whether residential, commercial, or land real estate, Rick Baxter of Hometown Realty can help make it happen. Call Rick today at Hometown Realty at 770-505-7766 or directly at 770-547-3139. Find your next home on the web at rickbaxter.net. The winning team at Hometown Realty says, go Dogs.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Go Dogs! Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball here on the Big AA. Cedartown, however, left another 2 runners aboard. 3 innings in the books, and Cedartown leads by a score of 1-0, but Cedartown has left 6 runners aboard in 3 innings, Andrew.
8 strikeouts for Altman, although the Dogs lead 1-0. And that's been...
And it's so funny how it goes from game to game. In that Carrollton game last Friday night, if you touched first base, we scored you.
That's right.
In this game, we can't capitalize.
First pitch of this inning is a called strike 1. Nothing in 1 the count. This is Brennan Ray, and he'll take one outside, ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Brennan Ray is 0 for 1. It'll be Ray, Dietrich, and Williamson due up here in the top of the 4th. The pitch on the way is line foul down past third. 1-2. I believe Coach Newsom goes to retrieve that foul ball.
Well, that's a good job for Coach Newsom. Make himself useful.
1 ball, 2 strikes, top of the 4th. Nobody on, nobody out. Baxter delivers. Pop up on that breaking ball. Shallow right field. Looks like second base will have a play, and it will be Denver Nell to make the squeeze for out number 1.
Now batting for the Lions, number 17, Corbin Dietrich.
And here's Dietrich. By the way, Baxter with 3 strikeouts, no walks so far. Upstairs, ball 1. The only free pass he gave was a hit batsman that put a runner on base, but of course was left stranded. 42 pitches, 29 strikes. That's inside. It's ball 2. He's faced 13 men so far. The line, the 2-0 pitch. Ball 3. Didn't miss by much. Dietrich hitless. 3-0 pitch. Here it is. Called strike 1. Caught the outside corner. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Hit on the ground at third base. Holiday bottles for just a moment, throws on to first, and they still got it. Great job there by Holiday to recover and throw over to first to get him in time.
Good recovery there by Holiday. Hard hit ball. Fielded it out in front of him, right in between his feet, but lost the handle on it for just a second. And a lot of prep athletes, you know, young guys, 15, 16, 17 years old, they just panic when that happens. I got time, reach down, pick it up, throw a strike across the diamond.
Williamson, a high chopper. Holiday fields in the grass and throws on to first. Another great play for him. They get the out over at first at base, and that is a 3-up, 3-down inning for Central in the top of the 4th inning. We head now to the bottom half of the 4th. Cedartown 1 and Central nothing.
Are you ready for steel? Equipment, that is. At Croker's Hardware in Cedartown, we've got all the steel equipment. Blowers and shredder vacs, chainsaws, augers and drills, trimmers and brush cutters. We're very proud to be a retailer for the steel product line. As an independent dealer, we can provide many services that the big box chain stores just can't match. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is always ready to help you select the equipment that meets your specific needs. So call Croker's for a steel today. That's 770-748-4842 to learn more about steel in Cedartown.
Shop local and save big at Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown. High-quality hand-cut meats and produce and low-priced national brand name dry groceries and lots more. And while you're there, stop and get something fresh and delicious from the deli. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10%, 430 South College Street in Cedartown across from the post office. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, Cedartown Bulldog fans. WGAA, your home of all things Cedartown Bulldogs. Happy to bring you high school baseball from the Dog Pound. Cedartown leads the Central Carroll Lions by a score of 1-0. We're about to bring you action from the top half of the 4th inning. It looks to me like Britt Baxter, Chance White, and then the top of the order in Dylan Cup aboard. Cedartown's bats have not been very much alive in this game. A quick math shows me that we've had only 2 base hits, only pushed 1 runner aboard, and left 6 stranded. So Cedartown now about to wind up their second time through the lineup. It's time to do something.
And Britt fouls that one back. Strike one. Britt, his courtesy runner, I should say, scored Cedartown's only run on the RBI single by Dylan Cup. So it's been the bottom and the very top of the lineup that has produced offensively for the Dogs here in this game. 0-1 to Baxter. Bounced up there, 1-1. Here's the pitch to Baxter, and he was unable to check his swing.
Tried to check his swing. I think he was fooled on that curveball.
He was. He ought to know something about that because he throws one. He throws a good one, too.
He fools people all day long every time he pitches. Britt has one of the most consistent breaking balls.
And it's a late break, too. 1-2. Right off his foot, right comebacker to the mound, and they're able to get the play anyway. That's a great play, but let's check and make sure he's okay. That ball hit hard off of his foot.
You know, you look at fortune and misfortune. You can't hardly hit the baseball harder than Britt just did. Hit it right on the screws, right back where it came from, and the pitcher finishing his delivery, it just caught him right on the heel. If that ball doesn't hit the pitcher in the heel, it's a solid single right over second base.
I think he's starting to feel it now. He's starting to shake his foot a little bit, maybe trying to get the feeling back in it.
Well, you know, sometimes you take a lick like that, and it doesn't hurt instantly, and then gets more sore as
Chance White fouls that one back, strike one.
You know, sometimes it's kind of numb for the first few seconds, then it hurts, and you think, okay, I'm good. And then over the course of the next couple innings, the soreness sets in. So we'll how much of it did it catch on his high up on his foot? How much did it hit actually on the heel of his shoe? We don't know.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Chance, and he'll take one away. And a bit low, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Besides the left on base the Dogs have had in this game on offense, 1-2 pitch is low, 2-2. Strikeouts have been an issue for the Dogs' bats today, 8 of them.
That won't work.
2-2 pitch, called strike 3. Outside corner. Yeah. 2 gone, that'll bring up Dylan Cupp. 2 quick counts there. And Dylan, who is 1 for 2, a strikeout and an RBI single.
Dylan Cupp.
Dylan Cupp committed to Mississippi State, the Maroon Bulldogs. Pitch. Called strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside ball 1. That called strike 1 was one Tom Glavine would have been proud of.
Yes, he would have.
Mm-hmm. 1-1 pitch. Tapper foul off his instep. 1-2.
Barely, though. He's not even shaking. It just nicked him on the shoe.
Probably no more than Dylan. In fact, the umpire asked if Dylan needs some time to walk around. He said, "Nope, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good, sir." The 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Base is empty and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. And the 2-2 pitch to Cupp. Foul back. .641 is your time. And the pitch. Outside, full count, 3-2. Temperature, by the way, right now, 48 degrees with the sun out. Just wait till the sun goes down. Going to drop pretty quick. Here's the payoff to Dylan. Hit off the end of the bat, right side. Right fielder coming in hard, coming in hard, and it's gonna drop down. It was off of his glove, and Cupp will be standing at second base. The right fielder was coming in hard, and he had a chance to make the catch, but
I know how I would rule that, but I tend to be tough, and it's not what I think that counts. So let's see what the official score calls it.
Tony Ware.
I bet the official score calls it a base hit.
Probably so. We'll wait for that. Still hasn't been posted on the game changer. But here's Tony Ware with the runner in scoring position. See if the Dogs can take advantage of this opportunity.
For the sake of Dylan's batting average, I hope he scores it a hit.
Pitch on the way, a big breaking ball upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes.
Make them pay, Dogs.
Stretch by Altman, and it's a fastball low and in, ball 2.
Tony Ware reached.
It is a base hit. They scored it a base hit.
Reached back in the first with a hit batsman and then struck out. So he is 0 for 1.
Actually, it would be a double. That's high, ball 3. If they're gonna rule it a hit, it's got to be a double.
Well, you're right about that. If they're going to rule it a hit, then it's got to be a double. No other option.
3-0 the count to Ware. Stretch the pitch. Called strike with a breaking ball.
That old saying you've heard 10,000 times, it's still a double in the scorebook.
That's right. Doesn't matter if it's a dropped pop-up or if it's a runner goes to third, pitch is outside, ball 4, and they're at the corners now with 2 outs. It could be a line drive off the fence, or it could be a dropped fly ball in shallow right field or center field.
Said that so many times back when I was playing or coaching. Hit that little diving duck out into short right field and say, well, it'll look like a line drive on the scorecard in the morning.
So credit to Dylan Cupp with a steal of third base as he was running on the 3-2 pitch. And now runners on the corners and Eli Barrow, the batter. Barrow 1 for 2. And Barrow takes one outside. 1-0.
He likes to pull a ball. Watching over here now.
Ware gets his lead over at first.
So do you send Ware to force their hand, or do you just leave it absolutely in Eli's hands? I think I send Ware and see what they do with it.
See if they commit to the throw. They haven't sent him yet. That's outside, ball 2.
Send him and say, look, if y'all throw him out, we'll just shake your hands and say good play. But they going to have to prove to me they can throw him out.
They haven't picked off anybody today yet. Knock on wood. 2-0 pitch. They don't go, and the swing and a miss there by Barrow. 2-1.
Of course, if they're going to do that, it's getting late in the at-bat.
It is. Speaking of Barrow, 2 of the alumni Barrows played, I believe.
They did.
Saturday.
Walker was the one of the 2 I was talking about.
They've got that's a steal.
Was saying he was sore. That was one of those where Tony was trying to get in a rundown to see if Dillon could advance, and Central did not buy it.
2-1 pitch is a swing and a miss on a nasty breaking ball there from Altman. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Central didn't bite on that to the extent that Tony stopped about 15 feet from second base, like, are y'all not going to throw it at me? And they...
2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's in the dirt. They'll have to throw him out. The throw goes down there, and they got him. And the Dogs leave 2 more base runners. Through 4 innings, Cedartown leads 1-0 over the Lions. Back after this 60-second timeout on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
One of the pillars of a strong community is knowing your neighbors. We believe it's important to know your neighbor. To know that the person down the street selling you your car is the person you'll see grilling with you at the block party. It's important to be a part of a community, and Peach State Ford is proud to be a part of historic Cedartown, Rockmart, and Rome, and even prouder to be rated one of the best in the country in customer service. Nobody knows trucks or people like Peach State Ford.
2076 Rockmart Highway, Cedartown, 866-872-6660. Livewire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Livewire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Livewire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and price to sell. Livewire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
We welcome you back as we head to the top of the 5th. Cedartown leads 1-0, but the only bad thing about that is Cedartown has left numerous runners on base today. At least, probably, I'd say 8 runners have been left on, I would say. 8 runners, yes, 8 runners and 10 strikeouts for the Bulldogs, offensively speaking. And completing his warm-up toss is Brett Baxter, who has pitched extremely well. He has walked a few batters. Actually, he's walked nobody, struck out 3, given up only 1 hit. And number 10.
Now batting for the Lions, number 10, Hayden Manson.
Hayden Manson, Joe Berry, and Vicari Swain due up for the Lions here as we start play in the top of the 5th inning. Here's that drum again. The pitch on the way is down low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Gail Connor said she would come and take away the drum for you. You do it, Gail. I have faith in you. High pop-up, shallow left field. Dylan Cupp calls for it. He's got it in left field, and he makes the catch. That's a tough one to make.
Tough play.
He had to backpedal to it, really. I mean, Chance White, he had to come a long way. He was playing him pretty deep. But Dylan Cupp had that track the whole way.
Backpedaling on that, and he's communicating well with Chance. Chance communicating back, fighting the sun with the high pop fly. I mean, big league play.
Yeah, the sun's at his back as he was backing into the sun, which means, of course, he had to kind of go back to kind of slide back that way. It looks like we might
now
have a pinch hitter.
Lions, number 8, Tyler Woodside.
Well, and he's in that, getting over there to that area where the setting sun is casting a shadow over in left field.
Pinch hitter is number 8, Tyler Woodside. He'll hit for the third baseman, Joe Berry.
It's so tough. If you're in the sun, okay. If you're in the shade, okay. If it's dark, okay. But that going in and out of the shadow, in and out of the sunlight, tough play.
It is tough. One gone here in the 5th. Baxter with 49 pitches. And his 50th pitch is a called strike 1.
Interesting.
Yes.
Is Gail on her way?
She's coming.
Okay.
0-2, big breaking ball. This is, of course, Woodside's first at-bat. Pinch hitting, the pitch on the way. Foul tip, that's a strikeout. 2 gone. 4th K for Britt Baxter. You like that?
You do.
Now batting
And
for the Lions, number 4, Vakari Swain.
with the the lack of offensive performance that the Dogs have had thus far, Britt being rock solid on the mound is what is helping us along with good defense.
Tapper to third as another good defensive play there by X. Holiday throws over to first, and another 3-up, 3-down inning for Britt Baxter and the Dogs on D. We head now to the bottom half of the 5th. Cedartown 1 and Central 0.
Coverage of Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball on the Big AA is brought to you in part by Republican State Representative Trey Kelly of Cedartown.
This is Representative Trey Kelly. I want to wish all the players and coaches a safe and successful season. You've worked hard to represent us on the field, and I'm proud to represent you in the Georgia House of Representatives. Again, this is Representative Trey Kelly, and I want to thank you for listening to the Big AA. Go Dogs!
This announcement paid for by State Representative Trey Kelly, kellyforhouse.com. Ed's Cleaners in downtown Cedartown offers many different services. They dry clean, press your already washed garments, and fold and wash your clothes. They also launder and press your clothes with or without starch. They have an alterations expert on staff, and they can tailor your garments to you or simply replace buttons. They specialize in leather garment cleaning and preserving wedding gowns. Ed's offers next-day service where most in the industry do not anymore. As you know, Ed's loves their customers and strives to give them the best experience possible when they visit us. That's Ed's Cleaners in historic downtown Cedartown. Stop in today.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back, Cedartown fans, to Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball on the Big AA. 1-0 Cedartown, halfway through the 5th inning. Looks like we got another pitcher, Andrew. It looks like number 10, Hayden Manson for the Central Carroll Lions.
Yeah, Hayden Manson was the left fielder. I wonder if they might have done a double switch or something like that when they did the pinch hitter. They pinched hit the third baseman. I wonder if he went out to play the outfield.
There's a righty in left field, and that previous
was a left-handed pitcher.
Was a left-handed pitcher. So
they probably just pulled him out of the game completely unless he went over to first base or something like that. And
I'm looking around the horn, and I don't see a southpaw on the defensive alignment.
So Roden, number 7, is the new left fielder.
Now batting for your Bulldogs.
Well, I'm seeing that Reese Tanner, X Holiday, and Cole Dingler are going to be who's up for the Cedartown Bulldogs here in the bottom of the 5th. And we're going to see if they can put up some offensive numbers. Here's Andrew with the call.
And there's a call strike 1. 0-1 the count now to Tanner. Tanner is 0 for 1 on the afternoon. And I can't really see unless his pitch count was getting too high. Call strike 2. 0-2 the count now to Reese. Maybe they wanted to keep him fresh in case they needed him later in the week for a start of maybe the third game of the series. That's outside. Now the field umpire put up his hand. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Slice down the left side and fair ball into left field for a base hit as Reese Tanner goes opposite field.
Good at bat for Reese Tanner.
Hit it where it was pitched.
Hit it where it was pitched. He's got 2 strikes. he doesn't have the luxury of taking that pitch. And it's probably, what are you going to say, Andrew? 4 or 5 inches off the plate.
Yeah.
But too close to take with 2 strikes. Just took it where it was given to him.
So Reese picks up his first base hit. Xavier Holiday, 0 for 2, looking for his first base knock. He's going to square the bunt, and he went for it, called strike 1, 0-1 the count.
No fruit.
Nothing in 1 the count. Dogs could use some insurance here. That's hit up the middle. It's a hop off the mound. They go to second. That's the only out they get. And really, the fortunate hop, it was fortunate for Central's defense that it hit the mound, because I think if it doesn't hit the mound, it's going to go in the outfield.
If it doesn't hit the mound, it shoots right into center field. The ball kind of handcuffed the second baseman, and he flipped it at the last second just to barely get Reese out in second on the force. So Holiday reaches on the fielder's choice. So we've got 1 out in the 5th.
Here's Cole Dingler. And a breaking ball called strike 1. Cole is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. X leads away from the bag at first. Breaking ball called strike 2 inside corner. Corners have been the order of the day for this entire game. And a late called strike 3. That time he went to the outside corner, and that is out number 2. And
the Cedartown fans not liking that call at all.
I can certainly understand their angst right now. And Cole is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts.
Number 11, Denver Nail.
And here's Denver Nail quickly up there, and the first pitch to him, a high chopper to shortstop. He'll pick that up. Double clutch, throw to first, in time, inning over. Cedartown leaves another base runner on. We head now to the 6th. Cedartown 1 and Central 0. 60-second timeout on the Bulldog Network.
Hey, it's the Border Mexican Restaurant located at 718 North Main Street right here in Cedartown. Their phone number 678-246-1031. They serve a wide variety of your favorite Mexican food made fresh daily. Great food, great fun. It's great for the whole family. Come see us at the Border Restaurant right here on Main Street in Cedartown. Or you can call for takeout at 678-246-1031. The Border Mexican Restaurant is the best Mexican food north of the border. That's the Border Restaurant right here in Cedartown.
Bradford's Drug Store on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drug Store, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Cedartown leads 1-0 with 5 innings complete here in our region opener against the Central Carroll Lions. Cedartown scored 1 in the second
Now batting for the Lions, number 2,
by way of
Brandon
runner reaching on an error and then scoring on a single. The 1 RBI in the game goes to Dylan Cupp. And now the top half of the 6th inning underway.
Britt delivers to Music, and he takes ball 1 a bit high, I suppose. Music, Altman, and Smith are the ones due up unless they replaced Altman in the lineup. I don't know if they switched the DH up or not. There's a call strike on a breaking ball, 1-1 the count. Looks like Altman is the batter on deck, so he will bat for himself. After coming out of the game on the mound, the 1-1 just missed away. Music is 1 for 2. Central with only 1 hit. He's got their only hit. 2-1. Fly ball center field. Reese Tanner comes in a few steps, still coming in, and he's underneath, and he's got it for the first out. I'll tell you, I think back, Jamie, of the great center fielders that the Cedartown Bulldogs have had over the years.
Now
We
batting
mentioned
for the
Walker
Lions,
Barrow a
number
moment ago.
5, Walker Altman.
And Reese Tanner has really filled those shoes well his entire career. The outfield for Cedartown has always been so rock solid. The kick and the pitch on the way. Ball one upstairs. The batter is Altman.
A lot of fine young men have played ball on this field going back for many, many decades.
1-0 pitch. That's a drive. Left center field. Reese Tanner again. Right there to make the catch. Out number 2.
I don't know exactly when this field was built. I know that
Now batting for the Lions,
the first
number
year
30,
that Cedartown
Davis
High
Smith.
School was here was the 70-71 school year, I think, and this field built a few years later.
My dad played on the Optimus field when he played ball for Cedartown. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes.
That field now a solar array.
Yep. 1-0 pitch. Big breaking ball, call strike 1.
I played on that field too, but when I played on it, that was where the
It's recreation.
13, 14, and 15-year-olds played for
Senior league.
Cedartown Little League, junior and senior league.
1-1 pitch. Hit to third base. Holiday gets it, throws over to first. Another 3-up, 3-down inning, and Cedartown is cruising along, defensively speaking, and pitching. Great pitching by the senior.
Another outstanding pitching performance by Britt Baxter.
We head to the bottom half of the 6th. 1-0 lead for Cedartown. Back after 60 seconds on the Bulldog Network.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for nearly a century. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call for tee time 770-748-9671, located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buchanan Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, Cedar Valley Golf Course. Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Cedartown High School baseball is on the big delay.
Game rocking on, folks. When you have a lack of offense on both sides, it makes for a fast baseball game. So the downside at this point is the Cedartown Bulldogs have left 9 runners aboard and not been able to get their bats alive this game. But the but is that we are still winning by a score of 1-0 on some good, solid defense by our beloved Bulldogs and another outstanding pitching performance by Britt Baxter. So Cedartown leads by a score of 1-0, and we're about to be in the bottom half of the 6th inning, led off by Baxter and Chance White, and then back to the top of the order in Dylan Cup.
New pitcher on the mound, the third pitcher for Central. Sam Turner takes over. So we meant to close the book. Altman, by the way, went 4 innings, 1 run on 3 hits, no earned runs, 3 walks and 10 strikeouts. Manson came on, allowed 1 hit, struck out 1, no runs allowed. And this will be Turner, who comes out of the bullpen in relief for the Central Lions. Need some offense. Cedartown has only had 4 base hits. Only 1 for the Central Lions, and Jamie was mentioning before, a pitcher's duel, it's been that. The pitching staff for Central, the 3 that have pitched, and of course, Britt Baxter trying to stay as perfect as he can. He is perfect. He does not have a loss on the season yet.
Now batting for
That
your
Rockmart
Bulldogs,
loss does not
number
count
5,
because it was a tie ball game when he left. And he will lead things off. unless those runners on base were his. I guess that would count as a loss. I don't know. Here's the pitch. 1 ball, no strikes. Would it? I'm putting your baseball knowledge to work here.
You're responsible for any runner that was on base when you left the game.
Okay. Swing and a miss, strike 1. But even in that loss, he pitched extremely well. And against Rockmart at the beginning of the season, pitched extremely well. Calhoun, Rockmart, the starts that he's made. 1-1 pitch. Strike 2 called. Off-speed pitch there from number 22, Sam Turner. Bottom of the 6th, slimmest of leads for Cedartown. Pitch. Fly ball, deep left field. He's retreating back to the wall. Back to the wall. It is going to be down at the wall. He's going to be at second base with a double.
Britt Baxter gave that one a ride.
Well, that one almost got out of here.
I mean, just about got out of here. It was going into the shadows from my perspective up here in the press box looking through this somewhat quasi-clean glass and the glare from the sun. I can't tell whether the left fielder actually got a glove on it a little bit or if it just came off the wall. But either way, Britt Baxter gave that one a ride and stands at second base for a double and now tags out for a courtesy runner.
Yeah, Ace Allen's going to go out there to run for him. Pinch hitter for the Bulldogs. It's going to be, I believe it's going to be Dakota Matthews who's going to pinch hit for Chance White here.
That is correct. So here's a good opportunity for the Bulldogs with a leadoff runner aboard in scoring position with a leadoff double. Nobody out, of course. Bottom half of the 6th inning. The Dogs could definitely use a couple of insurance runs here before we go into the 7th.
Matthews, a lot of room in right center as well. They've left him a huge gap there if he can hit it over that way. That's down low, 1 ball and no strikes. If the wind's not blowing, that ball's out of here.
No doubt.
1-0 pitch. A big swing and a miss there by Matthews. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stretch by Turner. And now time called in the windup. That's always such a dangerous thing to do.
Dangerous time.
I don't care if it's the opposite team or if it's our home team. Anytime the pitcher stops in his windup, I say go ahead and throw it. You could hurt your arm, hurt your feet, pull something, call strike, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was way down low. One and 2 the count. Cedartown fans not happy with the call. Ace Allen, the runner for Baxter at second. The 1-2 pitch. Bounced up there. And it's 2-2. Baxter doing it with his arm and with his bat today. He's reached and his courtesy runner scored our only run at this point.
And on the Dillon Cup RBI.
And at this point, he could score our second run if we get a base hit here. Allen leads away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The check, the runner, the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 11th strikeout for Bulldog pitching. Check that, 12 strikeouts for the Bulldogs today. Dillon Cup, the batter, back to the top of the order.
Dillon Cup in his first at bat went down swinging. And then in his second at bat, he had a single that resulted in that aforementioned lone RBI of the game. His last at bat, he had, if there is a such thing, a bloop double to right field. 2 for 3 on the game.
Oh, there is such a thing because he did
We
it.
just saw it.
Cup takes one way high, 1 ball, no strikes. First time Cup has faced Turner in this game. 1 ball, no strikes. Allen still at second base. The stretch, the 1-0. Called strike 1. breaking ball, upper part of the zone, but a good pitch. Definitely not one to swing at. Here's the 1-1. High and tight with the breaking ball, 2-1. Both teams back at it at Central Friday. Scheduled 5 o'clock start for the first of 2 games back-to-back, but weather could be an issue. The stretch, the 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Chased one low and away off the plate.
Time asked for at the plate by Dylan. Typically, high school ball is relatively fast-paced compared to what the major leagues used to be.
Oh, yeah.
2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Dylan Cupp strikes out for the second time today. He's now 2 for 4. And that is out number 2, and it's going to be up to Tony Ware if the Dogs get an insurance run here in the 6th. And if I'm Cedartown, I'm sending Brett Baxter back out to pitch in the 7th inning.
Yes, I am. He's been too successful thus far. This is the region opener. We need to start the region off with a win. And Central has shown they've demonstrated no ability to hit him today.
Pick-off attempt. No throw, though, to second base, and Allen is back safely.
And he doesn't have a lot of walks. He's not had a lot of deep innings. His pitch count shouldn't be an issue.
62 for Baxter. Called strike 1. Pitch was just a bit outside on the corner, says the home plate umpire. Big lead over there by Ace at second. 0-1 pitch. Hit to left center field. Left fielder back, and he makes the catch right there at the gap. And the side is retired. Dogs leave another one. Cedartown leads 1-0 as we head to the final frame. Top of the 7th on the way after the 60-second timeout on the Cedartown Bulldog Sports Network.
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, 2 Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the big delay.
And the last frame about to be underway from the Dog Pound, Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball fans. Cedartown leads by a score of 1-0 against the Central Carroll Lions. It's been a wonderful pitching performance thus far by Britt Baxter. He has completely shut down the Central Lions.
62 pitches for him.
62 pitches thus far through 6 complete, and he is on the mound to see if he can close out this shutout win to start our region off right.
He'll start out with the designated hitter, Brennan Ray. Then Corbin Dietrich and Max Williamson will face. And a big, kind of a swing and a miss, almost like,
kind of an
what is
afterthought
that?
Swing on a big curveball, fooled him bad.
0-1 the count. The pitch on the way. That's a tapper foul at the plate, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 gone, or nobody out here. Hopefully 1 gone here in a moment. Baxter's has 4 strikeouts on his scorecard. The 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, a bit outside. A little bit high. Might have had the corner. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with the cheese.
Pretty curveball. Nothing that the batter could do with that. So 1 down in the top half of the 7th. Lions down to their final 2 outs. Bases empty. Here in the 7th inning, Cedartown leads 1-0.
Britt has been the picture of not just consistency, but efficiency in this game. Called strike 1 on the changeup. 0-1 the count. Baxter kicks and fires the 0-1. Called strike 2. If he's going to give you the outer corner, take it. Use it. 0-2 the count. The line, the 0-2 pitch. Line drive left field. That ball is going to be down. It's in the corner. He's at second base with a double. The tying run is in scoring position with 1 out. And that is the only chance he had, was to try to dive out there and get it. He couldn't play on a hop. He just had to give everything he had to get to it because it was going away from him quickly.
Yes, it was, and an outstanding effort in left field.
Chance wide out there.
If he backs up and plays that ball safe, it's a double.
Yeah.
If he dives for it and is unable to glove it,
Now
it's a double.
Lions,
So
Max
lay out, and he did.
Number 17, Corbin Dietrich gets the double. Max Williamson will try to drive him in to tie the ball game. Baxter looks into Eli. Williamson is 0 for 2. And the pitch. Popped up a mile in the air to shallow left field. He's going to give way to Chance White, and Chance will make the catch. 2 gone.
Dillon was ranging back. Chance White barreling in. Got there in enough time to camp out under it. Called Dillon off. High fly ball in no man's land, but good communication by the Bulldogs. Has 2 outs now for number 22.
Sam Turner.
Yeah, Sam Turner is the current pitcher. So they did switch the positions in the batting lineup, and he'll be at the plate with 2 outs, and the last hope for the Central Lions. Tying run at second with 2 outs. The pitch. Breaking ball called strike 1, a late call. Oh, 1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2, and now Central down to their final strike.
Central threatening right here to tie it up. The tying run standing at second base. But an 0-2 count on the batter with 2 outs in the 7th. They're down to their final strike. 1-0 Bulldogs.
Cedartown trying to pick up their first region win, their first game. Popped a mile in the air to third base. Holiday is underneath. He's there. He has got it, and the Dogs win. Holiday makes the catch. And Red Kingdom is victorious, 1-0. We'll take a 60-second timeout and wrap up this game in just a moment. Cedartown Baseball is here on 106.1 FM, AM 1340, Facebook Live, YouTube, and the NFHS Network.
Whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking for that dream home, Rick Baxter of Hometown Realty can help you find the home you've been looking for. The Hometown Realty team has a reputation for matching people with properties, knowledge of the market, and love of the areas where they work and live. Whether residential, commercial, or land real estate, Rick Baxter of Hometown Realty can help make it happen. Call Rick today at Hometown Realty at 770-505-7766 or directly at 770-547-3139. Find your next home on the web at rickbaxter.net. The winning team at Hometown Realty says, Go Dogs.
Have you been to Croker's Hardware and Supply lately? Croker's is the place to find everything you need, from boots to fencing, from plumbing supplies to wood and gas stove fittings, everything, even paint and flooring. Whether you're building or repairing, everything you need is right here at Croker's Hardware on East Avenue. Name brands galore right here in your back door. Orca and Yeti coolers and tumblers, case knives, native eyewear, buck stove grills, and more. At Croker's, you can find everything.
Go by and see the friendly staff there at 1192 Rockmart Highway. That's Croker's Hardware in Cedartown.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
Well, Bulldog fans, Cedartown High School closes the book today on the Central Carroll Lions by a score of 1-0, our only score. Coming in the second inning, Britt Baxter reached on an error, for a throwing error by the shortstop, and then was immediately the pinch runner for him, or courtesy runner rather, was driven in by a single by Dylan Cupp. That's the only offense to speak of today by the Cedartown Bulldogs. But when you're not hitting, you got to have good pitching and good defense to shut down the other team's offense. And Cedartown did what we needed to do today, Andrew.
That is precisely what we had. For the Dogs, it was just a great game by Britt Baxter. Cedartown 1 run on 5 hits, 1 error, and no runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors for the Central Lions. That they only had their second hit was that double in the 7th inning. They were shut down. Britt Baxter has really kind of cemented himself as the as your number 1 starter in the lineup. Or as far as in the pitching rotation for the Cedartown Bulldogs, and he gets the region schedule out to the right start with a 1-0 win over the Central Lions, and we're now 1-0 in region play. Central goes to 0-1. Very important to get that first win in a best of three series like we're playing all in our region play, especially considering the fact that who knows when we're going to get to play these 2 games. Hopefully we can play them on Friday, but it's looking like we may have to delay them at some, to some future time.
Yeah, and you never can tell, because then when that rain starts, this time of year, those spring rains, and then the fields get saturated. So everybody's trying to play. So then we've got 2 games rained out with us. Well, then those other teams, they likely got rained out too. And so those games get stacked up on Saturdays, and you have a good week here 3-4 weeks into the season and wind up playing 4 or 5 games in 1 week. So those things happen. A couple of things, though, that our Bulldogs, I'm not saying anything that they don't know, just pointing out to our listeners, the Cedartown Bulldogs left 10 runners aboard, and also we struck out 13 times.
So that's the only thing that worries, that would leave me with any kind of concern about this game, is the fact that the bats were left stymied, kind of like we were against Rockmart. We had hoped and thought we had gotten away from that when we played Carrollton, and just had like you were saying before, every time we got on base, you could pretty much count on the fact we were going to score some runs.
We were going to get them in somehow.
Yeah.
But, it's this sometimes I say that baseball is just 2 4-letter words stacked on top of each other.
Baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah.
You see that you've seen it where we play even the same team in a doubleheader, and one game is like this where you can't buy a run. A lot of strikeouts, a lot of runners left aboard, and then you take a bathroom break, eat a hot dog, and play the same team in game 2 of a doubleheader and beat them 16-1. It's baseball. It's how it works. And so these guys have got their list of things they got to work on in the cage, and I'm sure that they will be hammering down on those fundamentals.
They will be diligently doing that. Absolutely, they will be doing that. But so we'll enjoy the win today, 1-0.
But the one stat that really matters is the score on the scoreboard. And the Cedartown Bulldogs came up ahead 1-0, but it's a win in their record.
Cedartown 1-0 over the Central Lions, and we hope to be back with you on Friday for games 2 and 3 of this series with Central. Then, of course, next week we play the Heritage Generals So we'll be making the long road trip up to Heritage on Tuesday. Glad we don't have to go up there for a doubleheader.
Oh, yeah.
That's quite a drive up there. Sam Branch will be with me on Tuesday for that game. I believe Kelly O'Neill will be with me in Carrollton on Friday, weather permitting, of course. It turned out to be a very nice day for baseball, albeit a bit cold. Temperatures in the mid-40s today, but the sun has not yet set. It's about to set, so we were able to escape some of the most bitter of the cold. He's Jamie Newsom.
And he's Andrew Carter.
And remember, when the Bulldogs play,
you will hear them right here on the Big AA.
Good night, God bless, and
go Dogs.
W291 TS Cedartown. Your home for the Cedartown High School Bulldogs. AM 1340 and now 106.1 FM WGAA. The Big AA.